Okay, hello, welcome to week 2 vlog. So I've changed up the blackboard, we've got some new questions ready to go. So let's just dive right into it because we don't need a long introduction this time. So, drama. Week 2, we put the flocking and the train scenes together so they transitioned nicely. We did a bit that we never got to perform. It's where we chose an object from the corridor and made a piece around it. This was fun because it was really silly, but also, we were working in smaller groups, which got us, working close together with people we hadn't worked with, so not the ones we immediately took as friends. Like, I was working with Natasha, and I really like working with Natasha. I think we both have some really good ideas, and it's really nice to work together. We also, worked on the poem stuff again. We are the Shakers, on who the pale moon gleams, which was nice. But we also added in some voice work. So, as opposed to just being like, we are the Shakers, the dreamers of dreams, we were like, we are the Shakers, the dreamers of dreams, on who the pale moon gleams. It was, better than that, but, also, add something to the piece. And I think voice work is always so important for an actor, and it can sometimes get overlooked, not just as singing, but also learning accents, learning different tones and emotional tones and stuff like that. So we started on the foundations of performance, so things like voice work, things like working as an ensemble, etc, etc. We also did our train/flocking performance in the corridor, which is something apparently we have to get used to, which is great. But also, gets us used to looking silly in public, because that's kind of what theatre is, or what it has the potential to be. Just looking silly in public and being a little bit goofy and doing it together as a group. So my question this week is a little bit different, but still ensemble based, because we're still doing a lot of ensemble work. It's how does an ensemble help the production, or help drama and theatre? And that's because I think, while solo work is amazing and it really works, when you get it, and it's got that impact, and you can do stuff on your own. You also it can be so much better in an ensemble because you're working together. It's 10 voices as one voice. I know in things like, Greek theatre, you have the chorus who just speak in chorus and stuff like that. But you also have you act as a 10. You feel safer. It's more secure. But also has more power to it, I think, which is fun. How could we improve our performances? So we obviously made it a little bit slicker by popping, flocking and train scenes together so they flowed. But when we did try them out in the corridor, there was a bit of a pause where we were like, when do we do this? So it'd be great if we had, more intuition and just went with it instead of freaking out before we did. Then in dance this week, we just added on to our previous routines, so building up from what we've got, so we're not just keep starting afresh and knocking it down. We also started some weird ballet thing where you kick out your leg, which was cool. I know we're doing ballet later on in the year, and I'm really excited for it. We also, we got a little bit more confident in dance, definitely in the corner to corner with the clapping and the sliding and stuff like that. Sorry, I just had a little dance. But yeah, because, it's just really fun, and it's really nice to do an upbeat dance, clapping and giggling and stuff like that, and turning, throwing your head around, it's cool. So that's where we gained confidence. But also, I'm still hiding at the back for, the leg things and the footwork and stuff like that. We also actually, got taught fish rolls, which was really exciting because they are so fun to do, and it's sort of become a thing with my group, which is great to be fish roll, and then they fish roll. It's fun, and it's fun to be doing, more, really getting in there, and I've been saying this so much, to get stuck in, but, getting on the floor and rolling around and using your whole body, as opposed to just, pointing your feet, which I was afraid it would be. We also set some oh, pardon me. We also set some targets. So we are doing short term, middle term, long term. So I think I'm just going to do the short term one now, because I'll talk about middle term later when it's middle time. So I wanted to improve my stamina because I noticed that, you know, after like one dance I'd be so out of breath and so dead. So on top of obviously doing dance, I thought I used to run. I used to do running with my friend. So why not start that up again and work towards running a 5K, which is nice. So I haven't started from scratch because I've still got some stuff in it, but I have started from about like a quarter of the way through, I think. So running for like 5 minutes at a time, walking for like one and two, stuff like that, which is nice. It's also nice to have like that set in stone and have it supported through college. Yeah. So my question is, how can we get more confident in dance? Because I keep talking about getting confidence in dance, and I suppose, you know, it is just getting stuck in, but also like um but also like being learning the moves. So I know, like, obviously, yeah, you're learning them, but pay attention and focus on them. And now focus is a big thing for me because I struggle with it sometimes. So, like, know when it's time to joke and know when it's time to focus on the dance and rehearse them, like, later on in your room or just, like, around the house and stuff like that. So you starts becoming muscle memory. How could we improve our dance? I'm going to say it again. Confidence, obviously, but also we can start looking into maybe some choreographers and taking, you know, examples from that. Like I mentioned musical theatre, so Catherine, you know, suggested a couple choreographers I could look into if I were interested in musical dance, musical like theatre dance, which will be interesting. And apparently we're doing something along those lines much later down the line, which is great. So I'll probably apply some of the stuff then. So then with singing, we did a lot of warm-up things. So really focusing on making sure our whole body is warm with stretching and sirening and stuff like that, but like pulling the blood to those muscles so, you know, they're ready to go, ready to sing. So that's fun, and we do it as a thing, so like it gets you ready for the day and for singing, obviously. We also did all 4 songs, so we did Swing Low, When the Saints, I Want to Sing, and This Train. So a little bit more complicated doing all 4 songs and stuff like that, but singing in unison and working in lots of different sounds all at once was really great. And listening to each other and keeping time was something definite we did. We did better than this last time. We were in different groups, but we still like took those lessons that, yeah, we should be learning. We should be keeping like doing time, obviously. So the more and more we start to sing together, the more we keep time and stuff like that, and the more we work better and the stuff we learn. But some of our feedback was to work on timing. Like, we were better, but we weren't, you know, amazing. So once again, we stopped. We got someone to lead it, to count us in, to click us in, and then just take a breath and then go, and then watch them and follow the timing, and then listen to each other to see when we need to go down. Also, staging was something we got because we just sort of knelt down, which could have been better. Also, it was a little bit nerve-wracking because it was, you know, some of our voices were a bit more on show because we were right at the front. But, you know, getting used to performing in front of each other. We also did one session on the larynx and your vocal cords and stuff like that. So we made little paper larynxes that move and everything. There is a photo of that somewhere. Did little larynxes that move, and that's cool. But we also watched a video of someone like singing with their vocal cords and stuff like that, like a camera down the throat, and it was strange, but also helpful to know that they don't like, it's not vocal cords, it's vocal folds. They're not like just they flap together and stuff like that. So that's why you need to look after them and keep them hydrated so they can keep doing that. Like Katie said, it was as delicate as like the white part of our eye. So you've really got to look after your voice, is what we got from that video, from that like lesson. And also working on diction, again, making sure we can hear all the T's and the S's and stuff like that. We also did some tongue twisters, which I'll hopefully remember to pop on the end of this video to help with diction and to help us, you know, keep those letters in mind as we speak them. So one of my questions, I've got 2, because one's always going to be what could you improve on, and another one. So one of the thingies is like, what I feel like we've been very ensemble based. I don't know how I feel about this question. I feel like it's a bit weak, but why not why, what like pros and cons are there of singing as an ensemble. So pros is you have a million, like 10 other voices to mask your own, so if you're a little bit nervous, you know, you're fine. Cons is oh, I can keep going on for pros actually, why not? Pros is you can, you know, my mind's gone blank, that's great. Pros, you listen to each other and you start working as an ensemble, and you can, you know, get harmonies in there. We haven't done any harmonies yet, but I love harmonies, so hopefully. And then also, like, a con would maybe be, like, sometimes your voice might get drowned out, or if you don't know, you might, you know, miss out on, like, you might not even realise you're not hitting a note, or not, like, taking part as much as everyone else, or you might feel too embarrassed. So, but hopefully in a good ensemble you should be able to ask questions and keep going. What could we improve on? Obviously timing, like I said earlier, but also our diction, like I said earlier, but like actually focus on it. So when you speak normally, like you miss out letters, you miss out words, everyone has it with their accent, but when you sing, you need to make sure you keep going, especially if, as Katie tells us, we'll be doing a narrative song eventually. We're telling a story, we've got to make sure that all of our words are heard. Okay, so moving on back to creative communications, we started doing shading and cartoons. So, you know, shading around shapes and drawing little cartoon caricatures of us and then ourselves and making them more complicated as we went. We watched a TED Talk video, which was entertaining. But we're also gaining, like, a little bit of confidence in art. I wouldn't say, like, I feel as confident as Emily, who is an artist and is amazing at drawing, by the way. But it's fun. And also, like, just having a laugh. Sometimes you need to be able to just laugh at the silly drawings you do that aren't that good and make you look a bit like a worm. If you see mine, if I didn't cover it up, I can't remember. I do look a bit like a worm, which is funny, because it's just funny, you know? So, digital communications is my question. This thing is something like why it's important to reclaim your creativity. And now the TED Talk started with everybody can draw. You know, people may think that they can't, but everybody can. And we have had a lot of complaints from different people around the class about why. Sorry, my mind went blank then because I just remembered we had Nigel for that lesson instead of Dave. Sorry, I get confused. Everyone can draw and everyone can, you know, get stuck in, and like it's important to lose that creativity because exams have, like, I know we keep going on about exams and creative communication, and it kind of seems like the same vlog twice, but like as performers, if we can't be creative and we can't, you know, devise or improvise or just, you know, go for it, what can we do? We need to be able to, you know, sure, get inspiration, but like build off of that and be someone else's inspiration. And we can't do that without creativity, which is at the core of us as human beings. Not necessarily everyone, but definitely as performers and artists. So sure, what we're doing seems a bit silly, but at the end, it's actually really important. And I think that's why we're doing it. Okay, so a bit heavy, but moving on to digital communications, we did band photos. Now this was incredibly fun and incredibly great for bonding. We did posing and framing again, and like posing like different bands, you know, taking inspiration from different people, and we also worked in lots of different lighting, so inside, outside, you know, using windows, using like lights to bounce off and stuff like that, like pieces of paper. So obviously, like, it was fun to bond, but like it's good to be able to take a good cast photo as well. This is like, it's just a silly question. I'm running out of questions for digital communication. Can you tell? It's why is good cast photo important? Now, obviously, it's to like advertise your cast, but also to be able to show like, whoa, we really get along well. And if you can get along well, like even if you're just standing next to each other and smiling, you can still feel it. You know, you can still tell if someone hates each other or not from a photo. Like, so if it's a bad cast photo, you're going to be like, those people hate each other. I don't want to see them perform. You know, you're going to be able to look happy and fun and relaxed. And then in Review and Reflect this week, we did a skills audit, which, you know, is where you mark your skills on a scale of 1 to 10. which is a little bit silly because I think, you know, if you focus on one skill, you lose out on another. So skills audits are important, but also I think that you shouldn't set yourself too big of things to do. We also set targets. So this is moving on from that point. We set targets like talking about like what we want to do, what place we want to be next time. We also did an interview style vlog about the past week, and this is where my idea of vlogging came from, because I realised how much I liked it and how easy it was to talk with questions and someone prompting me. Now this original vlog will probably never see the light of day because the sound is very muffled on it, but it was fun to, you know, get used to talking to a camera like I am here. Hello, hi. And also, you know, talk about it in different ways. So that's why I've said, why are different things, like different ways of learning so important? And like that's because, and I feel like this is going to be a focus, it's because like everyone learns differently, and we've got someone on our course with like extreme dyslexia, we've got someone on our course with ADHD, we've got someone on it who has like a physical disability and stuff like that. People work different ways, and you need to accept that, especially if you want to work as an ensemble. Some people might learn their lines months and months in advance. Some people might learn them by shouting them. Some people might learn them by doing it with other people. You know, you've got to be considerate and be able to morph the way you work to yourself and to the other people around you. Cool. Oh, I've actually remembered this time. Let's do some singing things. So I'm going to, we've got a list of tongue twisters here. I'm going to do one I'm all right at and one I'm bad at. So, let's do unique New York. So you've got to be careful so you don't unique New York. But we went up in scales. So let's give it a go. Unique New York, 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 unique New York. And then it's fast, ready? Unique New York, unique New York, unique New York, unique New York, unique New York. I lost the tune there, but I did New York or something like that. So, we can try it again because I know I'm good at this one. So, I also went too high. Wow. Unique New York, unique New York, damn it. Okay. Unique New York, 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 unique New York. I only norked once. I think we're allowed to fail. So moving on to a harder one is red lorry, red feather. Now th is a th and the are different sounds, so they're harder to do. So let's do red lorry yellow feather, red lorry yellow feather. Damn it. Red lorry yellow feather, red lorry yellow feather, red lorry yellow feather, red lorry yellow feather. Red lorry yellow feather, red lorry yellow feather, red lorry yellow feather, red lorry yellow feather. Okay, I definitely some of my thus then. So let's try it again. Red lorry yellow feather, red lorry yellow feather, red lorry yellow feather, red lorry yellow feather. Red lorry yellow feather, red lorry yellow feather, red lorry yellow feather, red lorry yellow feather. Okay, so I messed up a little bit, but it's getting better, which is fine. We can do some different ones. We can change them up next time to see how they work for me. Coolio. I don't know what I'm saying. Alright, bye.